just going to check the audio quick, see if we are good to go. And let's see here. Okay. All right, welcome everyone to another unboxing. And today we have a different bike, different brand that I have not reviewed. And this is the Macwheel Macmission 100. It is an affordable electric bike, and I'm going to bring up some of the specs so I can speak to them a little bit better. But last I looked, I think it was $7.99 perhaps, and I think they might even be selling these on Amazon. Actually, this electric bike is currently priced at $727 on their website. So this is, I believe, the most affordable. In fact, I'm positive it is the most affordable electric bike that I have reviewed. I'm looking to see if they have it on Amazon. It doesn't look like they might not have this on Amazon, but it's on their website. $727, not sure if you have to pay shipping. But anyway, I do these live unboxings because it is a great time to just interact with the audience. If you want to ask me questions about this bike, obviously I haven't tested it out. We're just unboxing it. But you can feel free to enter anything in the chat box, and I will do my best to respond to you. And I have to unbox it anyway, so might as well do it live and share some additional information as I kind of unbox this bike. If you are looking to purchase this, I will eventually have a link in the description. If they offer me any discount code to anyone that watches this, that will be in the description. Otherwise, if you do buy one, it does help support me. I will also have links to our electric bike accessories list, our top e-bike brands page, as well as our electric bike discounts code page. And if you're watching this around October 2021, the next month we'll definitely be doing a lot with electric bike discounts, sharing the Black Friday deals. I've already seen a few things. It looks like Juice is going to be doing some deals that I think start in November. So all that information will be on the electric bike discounts code page. So, hey Sean, how's it going? And yeah, I think we can get started. This is the Macmission, and super affordable electric bike. And again, I have no experience with the company. They decided to send me this. They let me pick out the model. I decided to pick out this one. And, you know, usually I don't typically go so far down in price range because I would like to share electric bikes that I believe in. But I thought that this was interesting because I have heard of Macwheel before, and I wanted to see for myself what a $727 electric bike costs. Hey Altima, good to see you as always. So if you're watching this live, Altima is a member of the Rad Power Bikes Forum and sent me a new motor which I installed this week for the Rad Power Bikes Rad Wagon because it was out of commission. I'll be doing a separate video on install just to share a little bit and also talk about that whole situation with our Rad Wagon. But let's get this out of the box. If I can have my assistant help me. This is, I believe it said 60 pounds on the side of the box. So I'll, or it says right here, 60.6 pounds. So it should be rather light for us to lift out here.
Ooh, that's easy to lift.
There's a seat post. Here we go. A little stuck. Alright, there it is. So this is a smaller frame. Looks like there's a couple things in the box that I will take.
The box.
See if I can get this stand right. And I'm sure if you have follow electric bikes, you can guess where they likely came up with the name on this. The Macmission. Oh, there's a bolt.
Yep.
All right. Well, Oh, oh, that's the battery. Boxed separately. That's kind of unique. Instead of putting it right on the frame, the two tools that are very nice to have are a pair of side snips. This will help you remove the zip ties around the bike, and I also have my Topic tool as well. All right.
The box is pretty down.
Yeah, the box took a little bit of a beating, I would say. It was kind of falling out on the bottom, so hopefully we do not have any issues with that. Got some reflectors. Let's see. This looks like some bolts. Oh, interesting. This might be a little bit more of an involved process than some other electric bikes. We have a rotor. I'm guessing it's the front rotor, it looks like. I'll have to make sure I have the right tools for that here. Got the Macwheel user manual. Yes, side cutters are awesome, and these are ones from the brand Vice Grip, but Harbor Freight has a pair that I actually use a lot out in the garage, and those ones are nice because they're completely flat, so if you're doing some cable management around your electric bike, it'll cut the zip ties super close. Looks like we got some pedals, a little bit smaller pedals. They're not the Wellgo pedals. Looks like they might be plastic on the inside, metal on the out, a little bit smaller. And we have a few tools and a quick release. Set all of those over here. So this is the first electric bike where it doesn't come with the rotor installed. That's kind of interesting. And this is the charger. And again, if you have any questions, happy to answer them in the comment section. I believe this charger is like a 4-amp charger. Let me look here. Which electric bikes normally come with 2-amp chargers. Output 4 amps. So yeah, this is a super fast charger. It will take probably not a whole lot of time to charge up this battery. 36 volt. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe I'll look at it. Here it is. 36 volt, 13 amp hour. So a little bit on the smaller side as far as batteries go, but again, $727 electric bike. That is ridiculously cheap. And we'll see how it holds up. I mean, we're going to do a full review on this electric bike. We actually have a lot of electric bikes that we have to review coming up, and so that'll be my focus the next few weeks. And I've been focusing on some of the videos that I took at Sea Otter, which is a huge bike event, and there's a lot of e-bikes there, and not just any e-bikes, but a lot of e-mountain bikes, I feel like. So here's the battery, just has a sticker, Macwheel, has a power button on it, little protector for the cable, and yeah, small little battery, looks pretty similar size to the Macmission that we have in the garage. I'm thinking this is a slightly different battery, but of course that's a 48 volt system as well. Alrighty, let's see, maybe we'll take off this front tire. These are 27.5-inch tires by, I think, maybe 1.75. I'll double check. Again, it's been a few weeks since I looked up all the specs when the company first reached out. And I feel like there have been a lot more companies recently reaching out, asking me to review bikes, and unfortunately I'm only one person, so it's difficult to say yes to all of them. And of course I want to feature some new brands like this, but also want to make sure I stick to some of the brands that I already have experience with and think are really great. So this tire is very much wedged into the crank on this side. We'll see if we can remove this safely. Very tightly packed. Just have to lay this down. The way they did this. Pretty tricky. And I mean, you can tell just looking at some of the things on this bike that, you know, there's areas where they had to save, obviously, to make a bike that only costs $727. All right, let's see how I can see this a little bit better. And this is a tight fit with these spokes. I think I might actually have to take off some of the packaging underneath, which might be preventing this. A little bit. Alrighty. Whew. Not the easiest thing to do. Definitely a smaller frame, I would say. Getting a look at this. Simple kickstand on the back here. There's that frame, little red accent. What I might do is just throw the tire on quickly. Let's see. I wonder where all these must be the bolts for the disc brake, I'm assuming. Looks well packed, nice to see. Great content as always. Thank you, Luke. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I don't think that, I mean, nothing wrong with putting the tire that tight, just tough to do when you're, doing something live, obviously. You want to try to be efficient as possible. All right, let's see. Make sure I have 6 of these. Make sure I have the right size. Kind of an odd thing to have to install, but I guess if they're really packing that in there tight, maybe that's why. Alright, get the right size here. Yeah, it does, I agree. Luke says that it looks like a standard bike frame with an e-bike kit installed. Yeah, although obviously you have the, the hub motor and stuff, but yeah, it looks like the top of the frame is a little bit, flattened to hold the battery cradle. So, 160 millimeter rotor here, and as I say in all my videos, this is not a tutorial. I'm not a bike mechanic. I'm guessing maybe these other screws are for the fenders or something. we actually just reviewed, finished up filming another electric bike that is very affordable, another, I guess, Amazon brand bike, the Nocto Ox. Rode that a lot this weekend. Also rode a little bit the Pasolec, which I believe is the last live stream that I did when I put together that electric bike. And pretty impressed with that bike so far. I didn't really know what to expect. They did put the wrong derailleur on, so they're sending me a new derailleur, but I was still able to ride it just in the one gear. But I was really enjoying the hydraulic disc brakes. So that's another one of the I guess you call it a Chinese direct-to-consumer brand. So with all these brands, I think the biggest thing, if you're seriously considering this bike, is just do some research on customer support if you can find any information. Electric Bike Review has various forums for pretty much every e-bike brand. And Facebook groups, if you can find a Facebook group that is not necessarily tied to the brand, so they can't, just delete comments and those sort of things. So, just something to think about. Again, it's pretty tricky for me to comment on anything related to customer support unless it's, especially with some of these brands where they're selling direct to the U.S. consumer, and really they're a Chinese company. So, nothing wrong with that. I feel like, Hemingway is likely the biggest brand that has seen success, and maybe that's why you're seeing some of these other companies do the same, trying to capitalize on the U.S. market and offering similar looking bikes with similar specs, or trying to beat them out just a little bit on specs. But I feel like Hemingway has got to be a little bit of a larger brand at this point. Alrighty, get this quick release on. Then I can put the kickstand up. So these are Metro Elite Compassers. Not a brand I'm familiar with. They are, they actually, interestingly, like these rims are actually branded Macwheel. I think it's just a sticker, but they took the time to do that in their install process. I was just looking for a size 27.5 by 1.75 inches. At least with the rotor not being on the wheel, it won't get bent during shipping. That is a great point. That could be why they're doing that. In fact, I have had a bike that I was sent out twice, and it had a bent rotor, and that was just kind of frustrating to deal with. So that is a great point. I would rather install it than have to reach back out to the company and ask them to send me a new rotor, or try to bend it back, which is doable, but it's not. I feel like you can never get it perfect. Looks like a pretty kind of a, I guess, narrow front fork here. Guess that's probably the look that they're going for. And they do have a protector here on the bottom for I have the right size here, hopefully. I don't know if they gave me the right size wrench or not to undo this. I don't see it. See if I have any others sitting around. Yeah, could you give me a bag of wrenches in the garage?
Sure.
The stem is twisted around, so we'll definitely have to tighten that up. Got some little Macwheel scan for assembling video. I didn't watch that, of course. Read the instructions, enjoy your ride. So yeah. wires out. Here's the front fender, rear fender, not sure. Thank you. When you put together a lot of electric bikes, you get piles of wrenches. But do I have the right size? I don't think it's a 10. I think it's a 12? This shouldn't be that hard to undo once I get a hold of it. Okay, I guess I need an adjustable wrench. Any one hopefully will do.
Are you trying for me?
Yes. Thank you.
Is it the garage or downstairs?
There should be one in the garage in the toolbox. Yeah, I'm not sure why they don't give you the exact size that you need. Yeah, I think it's like a 12. Anyway. Looks like a Vinca motor, V-I-N-K-A. I think that should work. Let's get this. So this is to protect the, set this down, the front fork from getting bent. I don't know, maybe it actually wasn't even a metric size. I'm not sure. There we go. That's feels like a pretty lightweight bike. I mean, the shipping weight's 60 pounds, so I guess it doesn't have the battery on. So just make sure all the packaging is up. This doesn't have one. There we go. All right. Got a little branding here on the fork. A little red accent as well. Macwheel written underneath that battery cradle. Got some internally routed cabling here at the down tube. This is kind of like a mid-step, I would say. On the top of the frame, it says the Macmission 100. And I think what's probably pretty unique about this bike is you actually get gears. I'm not sure what derailleur they put on this. We'll take a closer look. Just a second. Put that kickstand down. All right, much better. Let's maybe get the seat installed. All right, thanks for checking in, Ultima. Just got back from a ride to test out his new controller programming. Yeah, so if you want to check out what a super customized Rad Mini looks like, go on the Rad Power Bikes owners forum at radowners.com, which I run, and you can search for Ultima, A-L-T-E-M-A, and he has done some crazy customizations, Tesla cells, super high speeds on a Rad Mini. So, and again, if you have any other questions, let me know. Again, this is a Macwheel Macmission 350 watt motor, 36 volt, 13 amp hour battery, and it does have a Shimano Tourney TZ. I'm not sure exactly what the TZ is, but Shimano Tourney is the most entry level derailleur that you'll find from Shimano, at least to my knowledge. Nothing wrong with it. It's adequate is what I usually say. And I mean, to be honest, on an e-bike, you're likely not shifting as much. And one of the nice things is, at least with some of these, like this also has the Shimano Sys Index thumb shifter. They're actually pretty easy to replace if you ever need to. Of course, they're not, you know, most of them are made out of plastic. But I had to buy one of these similar shifters, and it was like 17 bucks. So not terrible. Let's see, what do we have to do with these handlebars? Rotate the other way and turn them. I think we're good there. Interesting grips, no name for the brake levers. Right hand twist grip throttle. So far, this seems, I mean, we'll see how it rides. I will hold my judgment until we actually get to take this bike out. But so far it looks pretty great, especially if the customer support is good. And let's see, I just need to take off the stem here. And it actually looks pretty sharp too. I kind of like that red accent. Looks nice. You got an accessible frame. I mean, you can't say that about every single electric bike. But there's going to be small things like I'm just noticing. Well, actually, maybe these won't. Just this faceplate. I was just wondering if these. So right now they're going through the faceplate and they're exposed. But I guess maybe when you put the handlebars on, it won't show through. But this is pretty typical as far as install goes. Weird to put on the rotor, but not to put the handlebars on. That's extremely common. Try not to let them hang. How they're doing. Don't want to obviously damage any of the cables. And if you are watching this live, I'd be curious, are you checking out this bike? Do you already own an e-bike? Are you just curious about an affordable electric bike? Or just relaxing on a Sunday evening maybe? Alright. So pretty much flat bars, there's a little bit of a bend, but not much. So we're going to put you in a more forward-leaning approach, I guess. Start getting these in here. These have grease all over them. These in, and then I can put on the pedals quick. Check out the fenders. Not sure if I'll get around to actually putting the fenders on. We'll see. To be honest, based off of the pictures, I think it probably looks a lot cooler without the fenders. We will see. Usually what I like to do with the stem is just kind of lightly get these in there and then stand over the bike. Make sure they are centered. Alright, let's see how those feel. So I'm 6 feet tall. Just to give you an idea, plenty of room here for me, for sure. And we have to straighten out the tire. It doesn't have the markings on it to center it, so it's a little bit of an eyeball game here. maybe go with that for now. Nice thing is you can always adjust it later. And usually with any bike I set up, I usually go through the entire thing, make sure everything's tightened up, bike is safe to ride. Nice simplified display, but it's a KD58C display, so there's actually information displayed as opposed to, I guess if we're comparing this to the Macmission, that just has an LED display. So I would imagine this will show you your top speed and such. We can take a quick look if we put on the battery. Yeah, you got 7 speeds, twist grip throttle, different twist grip throttle than I've seen in the past, but I actually prefer the twist grip throttles. I just find that if you're using the throttle a lot, it's just much easier than a thumb throttle. Although there is a thumb throttle, I have to say, that some companies are now using that is quite nice, kind of a light touch, if you will. Let's get these handlebars straight here. Bigger size. And again, they turn that stem around for packaging. Saves them a little space. So if you wanted to, you could put an adjustable stem on here. I think if I were going to be riding this bike a lot, I would do that. You can get one for maybe 15, 20 bucks on Amazon. Put those handlebars up. Might just be a little bit more comfortable. You could also get one that rises it up even higher, but the adjustable ones are also nice. Alright. Let's throw these pedals on. These pedals are something that they're okay. I think I'd prefer the pedals on like the simple Wellgo pedals better than these ones, because these are a little bit smaller, and then these are kind of like the pedals that you maybe had on your bike as a kid. I feel like, you know, they'll hurt your shins if they swing around. So I mean they're fine. They have some reflectors on them, but I like grippier pedals. Pretty cheap upgrade too. But we'll throw these on. For now, they are labeled with stickers left and right. Always something that's really handy. Sometimes it's hard to see if it's the left or right one, or like it's hidden, I should say. Goes on nice and tight. And right one threads on normal, righty tighty. And the left one is reverse threaded, so you're actually going to turn it left. So they got the cable management actually for a $727 bike is pretty darn good. I mean, we were doing the review on the Nocto Ox. Granted, that's a folding bike, so a little bit different, but I feel like sometimes on those very affordable electric bikes like this, you shouldn't necessarily expect cables that go through. So on both the left and the right side, these cables are going through the down tube here, and then they come down kind of by the cranks here, and then go up to the battery cradle, and then obviously go back to the motor. Motor cable comes in on the right side here. These are, it looks like no-name disc brakes, which again, not too terribly surprising, but nice that they went with like a Shimano derailleur, Shimano shifter, but then like the brakes are just simple mechanical brakes. We'll they feel, pretty good, but obviously I won't know for sure until I test it out. And then you get 6 speeds, which a lot of these super affordable electric bikes are, single speeds, which is fine, especially for an e-bike, but, it depends on the person, the rider. Let's go ahead and cut this off. Saddle, very standard, definitely something, feels fairly firm, something you can upgrade if you want. Again, that Vinca rear motor, not a brand that I've seen before. Yep, 350 watts. Got a little rubbing back here, which is pretty common. I usually like to wear in the brakes a little bit. And let's see, I guess I'll let's put on the battery if I can make sure I have the keys here. So this is actually a Rienshin pack, which Rienshin is a brand that makes battery cases. And so that's interesting because potentially you could buy a replacement for this. And it doesn't necessarily have to be directly from Macwheel. So that's cool. We'll leave the key in there, but it does pop out, which is nice. Some bikes actually do require you to have the key in. Go ahead and hit that on button on the battery. And we'll hit the power button on the KD58C key display. Alright, so it gives you battery meter, miles per hour, and pedal assist. Pedal assist 1 through 5. And it does give you a trip, mile, odometer, ride time, average speed, max speed, and then I guess this is current speed. There's that motor. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. The brakes don't feel too bad. So definitely going to stop you. And yeah, it's a backlit LCD display. Probably going to be easy to see in nighttime. Some of the recent e-bikes that I've reviewed, the displays are just hard to see in the daylight, and that's always a bummer. These grips are nothing fancy. Again, they're kind of like plasticky, I guess. Not going to provide a lot of comfort, but I'm guessing you could probably get the Ergon grips, the roll-off Nexus. I think those are on our electric bike accessories list. Did a separate video. They're compatible with the right-hand twist grip throttle. I haven't tested it obviously with this twist grip, but since this one's a little bit different. But so far, this is actually seems like a decent bike. The let's see, the rear kickstand here is similar to the one on the Electric XP, I would say, and it looks like it does adjust. Has a little bit, maybe a little bit more platform at the bottom, but it is out of the way of the pedals, and I think this bike looks pretty sharp actually. Let's take a look at these fenders. I'm not sure if I'm going to put these on. I think it looks a little bit odd with these fenders on, but. And again, if you have any questions, happy to answer. So that's just the rear fender maybe, or the front, oh no, here they are. They're like stacked up. So I bet this is the front fender that goes together. This is the rear fender that will somehow attach there. They're not full coverage fenders, but I mean, hey, it's a $727 electric bike. Can't ask for a lot. Alright, let's see if this is going to be, how difficult this will be to throw together here quick. Lots of pieces. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm guessing this is for the back here. Yeah. And, oh man, there's so many parts in here. So it's just kind of a matter of figuring out which of these are long enough to work. I think I'm probably going to install this this later. It doesn't look too terribly difficult, but I just got to sort these bolts and figure out what washers go with what, but basically this one's going to attach here and go like that, and then this is a little bit interesting. I've seen these types of fenders before because I think there's sometimes not an option, and so what will happen with this one is it'll look something like this, and it'll go in between, and actually it probably should have, so it actually has to go up. So this is how it's going to look, which is why I wasn't a super big fan of how that looks. And again, it doesn't go down all the way, but this goes then, into the fork here to kind of keep it in place. So you basically screw these two pieces together, and so yeah, nothing too terribly special, but hey, they're fenders on an affordable electric bike. But yeah, everything else feels pretty solid here. Got a little cable management up here in the front. Kind of like the branding. Got some red accents around here, and single wall chain ring. They do have even some tape here protecting the frame. I usually put on some 3M tape down there if it doesn't come with it. That's on our electric bike accessories list. And yeah, I mean, it seems like a pretty decent bike. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. It looks like I will be able to get full leg extension. I'm thinking I can raise this up a little bit more. There's the minimum insertion point for that. So yeah, this is definitely gonna work. I actually think I need to lower it a bit for me. So yeah, even though it's kind of a lower set frame, I have to say I am pretty impressed so far. We'll see how it performs. All right, let's see. These tires don't have a lot of grip to them. Definitely city tires, and yeah, I think it's a decent looking electric bike. 350 watts isn't too terribly powerful, but again, on such an affordable electric bike, you can't expect too much. I'm not sure if it peaks higher than that, but we'll take this up the large hill that we take up all of our electric bikes. So if you want to subscribe, you can see our video and we'll test that out, go through all the various pedal assist levels, and do a closer walk around and show you all the parts to the bike. And again, quick release up front, that's actually handy. I like being able to take off the front wheel. A few of the bikes recently that I've reviewed have bolt-on ones, so yeah, overall looks pretty good. I'll check the comments once more here. Appreciate everyone watching live, and again, in the description you'll find a link to this bike. If I have any discount code, that will be where it is, and if you make a purchase, I really appreciate your support and the other resources if you make a purchase as well. That helps me continue to make videos like this one, helps me work with brands like Macwheel, and certainly helps me get more reviews out so I can get a little bit extra help and things like that. So, all right, last chance. I'm looking at the comments. All right, I think that's it. Thanks everyone for checking out the Macwheel Macmission 100. Lots of electric bike reviews. Winter is certainly upon us here in Wisconsin, so I'm going to do my best to get these reviews out as soon as possible. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.